So why would a woman that said that she wanted space want to get back with you later? It's an interesting question, and I'm sure it's a question you've probably had with women in your past who said they need to get some time away from you, only to be like, but wait, I still want to see you. And guys oftentimes can't comprehend what's going on. So I had a question that was left under one of my videos, and this guy said, I think this was under my 5 ways to pass a pull away test video. He said, if I'd seen the first 7 minutes and 30 seconds of this video years ago, I could have saved myself so much headache. The ex wanted space, but wanted to get back together later. Dumb early 20s me thinking she probably wants other men. Calmly told her, keep, burn, or sell my stuff because I'm gone. She called me hard, sobbing, and I thought it was a ploy of some sort, so I blocked her. Her friend called and tried to give me heck, but I hung up and blocked her before she could finish. Kind of feel dumb now. This also happened recently with another woman I was seeing. I always wondered why they do that. I figured I was just the flavor of the month or something. So hopefully him watching that video helped him out, but I'm gonna give a little bit more explanation here of why this happens. So you're dating a woman, things seem to be going well, and then out of nowhere one day she's like, hey, I think I need some space. Now, when men hear this, instinctually they think that they're going by the literal word she's saying, and we think that her saying she needs space means that she's trying to break up with us, or per this guy, that she found somebody else and wants to test the waters, or a plethora of other things that could or could not be true. But to the point, because men automatically assume that her saying she wants space means that she's no longer interested, we get into a tiff and think, well, she's trying to break up with us, and that's all that there is to it. And I have just learned in my dating journey that just because a woman is requesting space from you, it doesn't mean she's completely trying to get rid of you. And this is an example of where our language can oftentimes not allow us to fully express what we're actually wanting. Because here's the thing, right? Women, in this instance, are trying to use language as a means of trying to explain what their feeling is and why it is that they're wanting time away from you. And they're trying to do it in a succinct amount of time, right? Like they're not trying to be overly wordy with you. A lot of women have come to understand that men don't want a lot of words, and also that they're really trying to like put together an idea and a way of expressing these concepts to you that they themselves don't fully know how to describe, because a feeling tone can be hard to describe in a literal language. You know, they're trying to come up with words and phrases that can best describe a feeling that they themselves might not know how to accurately describe because they only know what it feels like, right? And also, the things that are going on in their head, it can feel contradictory. Because on one hand, she's saying she wants space from you, but the other part of her is like, but I still want to get to know him more and be around him. And trying to verbalize those two concepts at the same time can be very, very difficult for anybody, but especially for women who are trying to, again, verbalize something that is just a feeling that they have. So I'm going to explain to you guys what the feeling tone actually is when she's saying, hey, I want space, even though it appears as though she still wants you by way of like continuing to text you and continuing to invite you out, right? So here's the feeling, here's what's actually going on, right? And I've expressed this on the show before, is that men, at the point that we like a woman, which usually takes like no more than 2 or 3 dates max before we're like head over heels ready to like be in a relationship with her, because we get to that state a lot sooner than women who take like 2 to 3 months to do that, we start implementing boyfriend feelings and boyfriend activities upon the women we're dating. Things like over texting all of a sudden, trying to see her every single day, trying to buy her gifts, over complimenting, all these things, right? And so during their 2 or 3 months for a woman, she's trying to build up to deserving those things. Like women understand the journey of like, okay, women don't think like, I don't want to give my full self to him yet at the beginning because I want to get to fully know him before I just say I'm in love. So women can't understand how it is that men, after like 1 or 2 dates, are trying to pile all this stuff on, right? So because their journey is typically, they need 2 to 3 months, and our journey is going to be 2 or 3 dates, it can be very overwhelming for a woman to get all this attention and all these things you're trying to give her, right? So it gets to a point where it starts to be very overwhelming. And then now a woman comes to a crossroads where on one hand, she really does like you and she wants to actually get to know you, and she could actually see you somewhere down the road, potentially being the guy that she gets with. But at the second week of dating, she knows her feelings journey has at least 2 more months to go before she gets there. So she has the conundrum of she could see it getting there, she wants it to get there, but she still needs to take her time, and you already being there, and overwhelming her. And part of the way you're overwhelming her is by being too over-present. And again, that's over-texting, extending yourself, trying to see her all the time. These are things that make women start to feel overwhelmed in their journey to get to know you. And so this is the part where she's like, okay, I have a problem. I want to continue to get to know this guy, but I need him to move at a slower pace, and I don't know how to tell him that. And to be fair, to be completely fair to women, there have been times in women's past where they'll go to a guy and say, hey, so, this is moving too fast, and then the guy gets all butthurt. What do you mean it's moving too fast? I thought you had a good time on dates. Like, how could you be doing this? You're just using me for money and blah, blah, blah. And so over time, women are trying. Women are trying to figure out how can I best convey to this guy that I want to continue to get to know him, but that he's moving too fast without hurting his feelings and giving him the understanding that just because he's already there in his feelings journey, that I'm not yet there, but that doesn't mean I can't see myself getting there if I only had more time. So a woman's trying to verbalize all that to you, and trying to dole all that out takes paragraphs. And women oftentimes know that men don't want paragraphs. So it's like, okay, I'm just gonna tell him, hey, I need space. And they're thinking, if I say the word space, he'll understand that I'm not saying I wanna break up. I'm not saying that I don't want to see him anymore. I'm just simply saying that I need some time. And this is the thing, by the way, that women just on a realistic level need. This is why I preach so hard about like giving a woman time between dates to not text her. You guys think it's playing games or if you already like her, you should be able to contact her right away and not be a problem. But women need that space because in order for them to fully trust their instincts about you, they need time to themselves to sit and think and feel what it feels like when you're not around, so they can start getting the idea that they're going to miss you when you're not around. And they need time to wonder about what you're doing and have a chance to chat with their girlfriends or close female family members about what's going on. And also getting reassurance from these people that what she's seeing and feeling on her journey is actually authentic and true to who you are, right? So that space that you give her only allows her to trust her feelings more about her deciding to date you. So when you don't do that, then she's gonna be like, hey, I need space. But what she's not really saying is, hey, I need space and time because one, this is a lot. And also, even though you're there in your feelings journey, I need to really sit with myself and figure out these things to make sure that I'm able to trust myself when I'm around you to understand that the feelings I feel are authentic and genuine. And also that I'm measuring up these other various things about you. I need time to see if like the thing that you said on date number 1, is it the same thing that you were saying on date number 4? Or the way that you treated me on date number 2, well, is that how you're treating me now on date number 5? Like, I need time to figure this stuff out, and you're not giving it to me. And you not giving her space in the beginning is a very unfair thing, not only for her, but also for you, because it means that you end up missing out on somebody that could actually potentially be great for you. But to them, it feels like you're rushing the process. And so they come to you and say, hey, I need some space. The worst thing you could do is think, oh my God, this thing's over with, or oh my God, she doesn't like me anymore, or she must be trying to see some other guy, because the reality is you could be doing too much. Like the number of guys that write me that say, well, I was texting her a lot and I was trying to see her all the time and then it just kind of went away. The rest of that story is because you didn't give her time to miss you. And when she came to you and said, I need a space, like that guy talked about, you got butthurt about it, you thought other things were going on, you got in your feelings about it, and now she's headed for the hills. And it's not because she wanted to head for the hills, it's because she made a simple request to, hey, in the beginning, maybe I need time to build up to seeing you 2 or 3 days a week. So in the beginning, that's why I tell you guys, you should only be asking her out once a week, because that gives her enough space to decide if she wants to see you more, at which point she will reach out and say, hey, I know we have a date on Thursday, but today's Tuesday, and I want to see you. And at that point, she's reaching out. At that point, she is in effect chasing you. And as I say, if she's chasing you, she can't be replacing you. But she can't chase you if you're not giving her space. So all this to say that yes, and to be fair, guys, there's always some times when a woman says, hey, I need space, and that means that she's trying to subtly and gently like head into the night, right? But you'll know that by the fact that she'll say, hey, I need space, and then she won't contact you. If she says, hey, I need some space, and then 2 days later, she's texting you and asking you to go out, then that means that she got enough space, and she respects that you gave her the space to be able to feel comfortable enough to want to reach out to you now. Real talk, I was dating a woman years ago, and we lived near each other, so I was like, oh, I live near her, I can see her like all the time. So I was trying to see her every single day and text and call every day, and sure enough, it started fading off, and I started getting all panicky, and I really like one day just went, because I live near her, I just walked up to her door, knocked on her door, like, hey, so what's going on, blah, 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 blah. And she's like, dude, like, look, like, I just need some time, right? Like, I'm busy, I got schoolwork going on, I got, stuff in my job happening, like, I just need a few days to myself, please respect that. And I think that was one of the first times I was like, okay, let me just take the word she's literally saying. She needs space, which means don't contact her. And that if she really wants to be around me, she will let me know. And I said, okay, I'll do that. My mistake. And I went home, and it was hard. Because again, she lived like practically 2 blocks away from me. And I'm just sitting there on my couch, just like, oh my God, I want to contact her. And it was 2 days. I waited 2 painstakingly long days where I could just walk up. Nope, I just stayed where I was, and I didn't talk to her. I didn't call her. I didn't text her. I didn't walk by her place. Nothing. 2 days. Hits me up, hey, let's go out to dinner. Go out to dinner and have a really great night. And that was able to happen because I gave her the time she needed to miss me enough to be like, oh, I wonder what's up with Harry. Let me just go wherever. And so it's gonna be scary, guys. It's gonna be scary, this idea of her saying she wants space, not meaning that she wants to completely get rid of you. But sometimes you gotta just trust these things. Like when women are saying, hey, I just want a little bit of space, sometimes if you're not in the exercise or habit of doing that, you have to just be like, you know what, as much as what I want is to see her, it's not always about me. When you're dating somebody, it involves 2 people. There are 2 needs that need to be met here. And so your need might be, I want to see her all the time. But for women, it's going to take a bit more time, and they're going to need a bit more time away from you initially, just in the beginning. So that way they can decide that they want more of your time. So all this to say, guys, that when women say, hey, I just want a little bit of space, give her that time. If you give her space and then she's still continually texting you and calling you and asking you out, that lets you know that, oh, it's just that she wanted to be able to say and let me know when she wanted to see me, which is fine. Because we know, guys, once we start liking a girl, we can see her all the time. And this is one of those instances where her pacing of when she wants to see you is going to be a lot more beneficial. But that won't happen in the beginning if you're already giving her space, if you're giving her time between dates to not contact her, if you're not getting butthurt when she says, hey, I'm going to be spending time with my girlfriends today, so I can see you next week. And you're just like, okay, cool. Like having that kind of reaction is going to be a lot better. And it's going to preemptively not have women saying things to you like, I need space, because you're already giving it to her, which will allow her to come to you. All right. But when you hear this, guys, don't assume it automatically means it's a breakup. Just take it for what it is. She's saying she needs space. She's not saying breakup, she's saying space. And women will let you know if they want to break up when they say that by just not contacting you anymore. But assuming that they're still contacting you, then assume that you're still in her good graces and just know that that means that, hey, if she's saying you need space, you've been moving a little bit too fast, Sky, and that's fine. It happens. Just slow it back down. It's always better for you to go at a slower pace than the woman, because that way you can't overburden her with how much you like her. So hopefully, guys, this helps you out. If you need more help, you can go to the website, introvertdatingsuccess.com, for ebooks, audiobooks, and programs. Also, be sure to like this video and subscribe to this channel. I'm Harry Wilmington, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. I'm out. Peace.
You's a bad boy, but you can't stop, won't stop. You a high-earning, high-value, high-class man. You a high-earning, high-value, high-class man. You a high-earning, high-value, high-class man. You a high-class man. You a high-class man. You a high-earning, high-value, high-class man. You a high